All right, we're back. Happy,
Shuck it.
look here, happy Thanksgiving Saturday. Tell me what you had on your plate Thursday.
Nothing. I was home watching football. I had football on my plate Thursday.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
That's right.
I don't think Dr. Hall would like to hear that. So
Nah, she was
if
out
we
of
see
town.
you, if we see you floating down Savannah River, we know why.
She was out of town.
Okay, all right, all right.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good save. Over here, we did quite well. It's always interesting dealing with the folks over here, good people, but we have different ways of thinking. But anyway, here for another Saturday, and Julius, you worked on today's topic and all that good stuff. What you got for us? What we talking about?
Well, today. Ooh, Lord have mercy today.
Oh, speaking of the angel, and she shall appear.
Oh, Lord. Hey, Melinda. I want y'all to share. We have a couple of
Bernard,
other people that's supposed to be on. So we'll see whether they show up or not.
well, is
Trying to give you
Bernard
some
Brown supposed to be
background
on
on
here?
that. Hey, Bernard. I've been
Bernard, I
busy
owe you
last.
a gathering this afternoon. I'm gonna come down there. We're gonna go around the corner. We might go out to the Port Wentworth.
I'll be in West Savannah at something this afternoon.
Well, we ain't going to Port Wentworth, but we can go out there.
Y'all come in tonight.
Oh, okay, we might do that then. So
Yeah,
Bernard,
tonight.
hold me through it, because that man
Tonight.
always looking for me, and I always got something going on. But I'm gonna carve the time out.
Yeah, tonight is good. Tonight is good. Uh, getting
Oh, he said you didn't send him the link.
Bernard. Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you might be. I thought you might be resting.
he might
So
have had a toe casserole.
you said enough last night with your f bombs. You saw the show last night, Robert.
All right, so man, let me tell you something. Me and
Ooh,
Dad got to
Lord.
let's just say Dad and I have very different opinions on things, and so that just kind of threw me completely to the left.
Yeah, it was. It was. Hey, Terry. Very interesting. Last night. Um, okay, Bernard. Robert will send you the link for the second half of the show. First half for the second half of the show. Just stand by.
But
It's
no,
gonna
y'all
be
got dessert down there. Y'all better have some kind of dessert now.
I got a cake around the corner. I gotta go get half of that.
Oh, look here. Anytime I tell people this all the time, when you start see me eating an excessive amount of sugar, my stress level is at an all-time high.
Well, don't let nothing stress you out, bro.
Well, yeah, one of the things I got to do, I made a decision today. And this is for anybody who's doing caretaking or for elderly folks. Sometimes you gotta be compassionate and nice, but then sometimes you gotta realize you just gotta put your foot down and start doing stuff.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
All right. Well,
All right,
today's
American
topic,
time.
people. Today's topic. Today's topic is the future of black leadership locally. Black leadership locally. You know what got us on this topic, this subject, is that there was a newspaper article last week, a week before last, sometime early, about 10 days, less than 10 days ago, and it was out of the Savannah Morning Blues, and their chief editor Adam Van Vimmer, and Adam Van Brimmer, wrote a column, an editorial. Savannah must foster young black leaders. Savannah must foster young black leaders. Now, I'm going to read this for the audience who don't
Awesome.
read
Yeah.
the Savannah Morning News, because I don't. We all don't. Um, I heard they have a shortage of delivery drivers, and hell, I don't know why, because ain't nobody reading it any damn way. But anyway, I'm going to read the article in its entirety, and then we'll have the discussion. Hopefully, our other guests will join us, because it's going to be a little fire in a few minutes. So, y'all call everybody you know, share it with everybody, call and wake people up, because in a few minutes, it's going to goddamn be hot. Excuse my French, but
Tanya,
this is serious.
You better call some security. Top
This
flight
is
security.
this is a serious matter that we're going to get to some heated discussion about this morning. So y'all bear with us. I'm going to read this article. It's kind of long. Take about 5 minutes. I'm going to read it so that you all can know the content and the context for what we'll be discussing in a few minutes. So the articles is by Savannah Morning Blues, Adam Van Brimmer, the chief editor, editor in chief, or whatever you want to call him. Savannah must foster young Black leaders. Savannah's trailblazing Black leaders have a message for future generations. Show up with a servant's heart, not a celebrity's ego, and commit to your community first and always. One more thing, come quickly. Really, Adam. Savannah is nearing a guard change when it comes to Black elected leadership. 2 generations of courageous, thoughtful change agents tore down barriers built on bigotry and ignorance. They showed leadership is about character, not race, and dragged our community out from under the long shadow of Jim Crow and segregation. Among those pioneers still alive and engaged in this community, several have expressed concerns about the depth of well-prepared, up-and-coming leaders. So much so that they aren't eager to pass the leadership torch. Edna Jackson is a case point. The 77-year-old icon recently defeated 27-year-old Antoine Lang in a Georgia House race and vowed to hold the post until there emerged a younger person who has been trained, someone who has given service to this community. The lack of confidence doesn't stop with Lang. Of the 21 Black Savannahans currently serving in state, city of Savannah, Chatham County, and school board elected posts, few are without gray hairs, underscoring the depth of young Black leaders. Call around and talk to past and present Black elected officials, and you'll hear a common theme. The mentorship networks that produce icons such as Floyd Adams, Al Scott, Robbie Robinson, Otis Johnson, and Edna Jackson no longer exist. What's worse, the city's democratic political networks are mired in what one pioneer calls a wilderness of individualism, where leaders value the I over the we. The cost is an inability to work collectively to move the community forward, he said. Ignoring a formula for success. The grooming process of young Black leaders today certainly lacks the intentionality of prior generations. Following desegregation, the Savannah NAACP spearheaded a committee focused on leadership development. The elders, such as Eugene Gaston, W.W. Law, Clifford Hardwick, and Mercedes Wright, understood the lasting impact of this first wave of Black leaders and their level of success. Black Savannah voters rallied around NAACP candidates in those days, and the community's embrace of those early leaders had unintended consequences. New aspiring politicians who didn't get the support they thought they deserved from the committee ran for office anyway, often against their Black neighbors. The whites let the Blacks fight amongst themselves, said Otis Johnson, the former mayor and alderman. It weakened our political clout. A trend that started in the late 1980s continues today, Johnson said. While many youth leadership programs continue to produce talent, the lack of coordination beyond young adulthood chokes off the pipeline. Meanwhile, the infighting and backbiting among those involved who remain involved deters many of the most promising young leaders. The last column is don't trim their wings. One youthful Savannah elected official speaks to the breakdown in the Black Savannah political machine. Alderman Dietrich Leggett ran for office twice prior to winning his current post representing District 2.
That's funny.
During both his failed bids, he lost to icons James Holmes and Mary Osborne, who told him beforehand he wasn't ready and needed more seasoning. Says Leggett today, I was lucky because even though I was stubborn and ran against both him and her and Mary Osborne, they both put their arms around me afterwards and talked me through it and groomed me. Really? That's not happening in very many places. In very many places. Count Leggett among those who want to see the return of a more purposeful approach to grooming young Black candidates. He sees potential in pushes by groups such as the 100 Black Men of Savannah, Step Up Savannah, the Savannah Youth Council, and Upward Bound to fill the mentorship void. But Leggett says it is incumbent upon the icons of earlier generations to ID young people who want to be involved in the community and put their arms around them. Many are quick to say, it's not your time, Leggett said. Don't trim their wings, he said. There's greatness here. We just need to help them realize it. That is the opinion piece by let me Adam Van Brimmer.
Let me offer this. It's so much in that article, but there, and let me go back there. Let me talk about the leaders who, when I was growing up, that are missing today. And these are the people I watched growing up. You named two of them: James Holmes, Mary Osborne, members of St. Benedict Moore Church, who I saw in church. Clifford Hardrick. Who else was it? Richard Moe. People like that. I'm talking the old school. Well, I had been 7, 8 years old. And the thing I think we're missing now, Julius, is with those folks, they were unapologetic. They had care for their community, and they were not afraid of their Blackness. Those are the three pieces I can say about those people I just named. What's different now is we got Black leaders who are afraid of their Blackness. They're scared of what the white folk gonna say to them, and they don't care about their community. And those are the differences of what we got now versus back then.
And you're absolutely correct. What Van Brimmer doesn't realize is that we don't need him to tell us jack shit. We don't. We already noticed it. We already realized it. The people that you are quoting Van Brimmer, and somebody please let Van Brimmer know that we're talking about him right now. The people that you are quoting Van Brimmer are sellouts. The sellouts are who you are quoting. We don't need them to groom a damn soul. Who has Edna Jackson ever groomed besides Van Johnson? Who has Otis Johnson ever groomed in his life? He didn't even groom Van. Van was just following him. Otis is unapproachable. He don't talk to nobody. Whenever you see him, he's alone. So who is he groomed? He ain't groomed nobody. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been watching these people. We got leaders on the rise. Why didn't you interview some of them? Melinda said.
Melinda, I love this comment, by the way. Let me tell you something. Let me speak on this brother here. Let me speak on that brother right now. My thing with Alderman Leggett is this. You know, you lead it's different types of leaders. I tell people this all the time. It's different types of leaders. You lead how you want to lead. It's up to you. All right. But don't come on public air shucking and jiving like you damn Sambo when you know what's going on. And what I'm talking about, and I talk about it all the time, is this Yamacraw issue. If you are an alderman and you don't know what's going on in your district with your constituents, then you need to resign. To sit out there and to get on the public TV and to shuck and jive with the housing authority and we don't know what's going on. Yes, the hell you do. Anybody a blind man know what's going on down there. The tourism industry has taken completely over. SCAD is being given a free pass to do what they want to do. What do you mean you don't know what's going on? It's at the center of it. I knew it 10 years ago. And I'm not even an alderman. I don't even live over there. So you mean to tell me you're going to sell your people out, your low-income people who are mostly single moms with children, you're going to sit up there and shuck and jive just so you can get some kind of kickback because you ain't doing it for free. Now, you might be offended and I really don't care. You go to the Bandit, get your Bandit at Memorial Health. But what I'm saying is this, if you're not going to stand up for the people, man, come on. Come on.
And Robert, we have some up and coming Black leaders, and I'm gonna call 11 of them out for you. That just comes off the top of my head. 11 of them. You got Derek Milo, gonna be an outstanding leader for the next 30 years.
Good Sigma guy.
You got Keisha Gibson Carter. Y'all might not like her, but damn it, she's the best because she fights for the people. Stop trying to give us leaders who ain't going to fight, Adam. We don't need you to tell us a damn thing about who's going to lead us. I told Mike Traynor the same damn thing. I told Tom Barton the same thing. Where they gone? They're gone now. You soon be gone too, Adam Van Brimmer. You got Melinda Hodge. You got Antoine Lane. You got Adot Whiteley. You got Gabrielle Nelson. You got Ricky Lassiter, Natalie Mars, Deion Hoskins Brown. You got Mark Stevens, Shalana Cook Jones. You got people that are young, that are up and coming. Those are just the young ones. You got people who are ready to lead. But that Otis or any of them ever stepped in any of these people to try to give them advice before they stepped into the spotlight themselves. Hell no. Because all they care about is themselves. They think that, Adam is saying in this long article that these people groomed these people and got Edna and Otis all them right. What has Otis and Edna done?
But somebody, you know what?
Why didn't they feel the obligation to groom somebody after them?
But you know what? That's the key word of grooming. And what you're talking about now is mentorship. Mentorship is being intentional. I think you said that word earlier. Being intentional about, like you do with the young people. You see somebody that has something, or they might be off track, or you see where you can add, you can pour in and add and make sure that they're learning to get these skills to be a better person. That's what's missing, I think. And the thing is, a lot of these folks, back in the day, you didn't have to get picked out to be mentored. You went to these elders and you watched them and you got up under their wing per se, right? Nowadays, and then I'm talking very specifically about our leadership in Savannah is, oh, well, I got mine. If you ain't got yours, hell, if they sell the community out, why would they come mentor somebody else? They say, I'm going to talk about this. That arena over there. When you sell your folks out, what make you think they're going to mentor folks? I mean, my thing is this. The sad thing about it is, what really hurts you in Savannah is, you got these young Black males out here getting killed and killing, and yet we got all these wonderful, smart Black males in leadership who's doing absolutely nothing but sit there. They're not doing nothing with no legislation. They're not doing nothing but going around here taking pictures, smiling, and posting pictures on Facebook. That ain't no work, my friends. That ain't no work.
That's absolutely correct. And we got a whole bunch of other leaders that if you want to talk to somebody, go and talk to the people. You want to talk to somebody, go talk. We got Black young leaders that need grooming. We got Black young leaders that have stepped up and are doing things. You got Chad Mance. He's now leading the young attorney. He's now leading the NAACP. You got Todd Rhodes. You got Eddie Gresham. You got Myquan Green. You got Natavia Sanders, Gary Monroe, Ambria Berksteiner, Corey Foreman, Jay Jones, Tia Brightwell, Glenada Davis, Craig Gordon, Tara Scott Brown, Dr. Deidre Grimm, Dr. Jamar Torre, Faith Apia, Matthew Swanson, Orlando Scott, Marcus Thompson, Robert Bryant, Dr. Robert Bryant right there that you're looking at, Marcelo Stewart, Thomas Sills, KJ, Keasia Brooks. These are people who are fighting in the trenches every day. Some of them I don't agree with a lot of stuff, but they're there. And there's more people I'll be calling in a minute. I don't agree with some of the stuff they do, but they're there. They're trying to be relevant. They're trying to change the course of things. They're trying to help the underserved. And that's what it's all about. It's about service. See, some people get elected think it's all about them. See that woman right there on the wall right there? She goes to work every day thinking about 37,000 students in the Chatham County school system.
No, and retired. She ain't got to.
Political plug. This is what she does.
No, but she retired. She don't have to. That's the thing. You see what I'm saying?
And she don't have to. Exactly. But when she goes to work every day as an elected official, it's about those kids. You can say whatever you want to say about her, but it ain't nothing gonna change her mind about those kids. You know, it's a shame on that this man chose to seek out Edna and Otis. Edna and Otis. Otis and I had a falling out. They ain't gonna. He don't even speak to me no more. I don't give a damn. He ain't gonna pay my rent. Don't pay my mortgage. But Otis and I had a falling out when Keisha and Alicia and Burnett and them got elected. He said it was gonna be a clown show. I said, why? We at the May Street Y at a breakfast meeting, and he said, because you need educated leaders. I said, no, you don't need educated leaders. I said, that's
first of all, back up. Why are they uneducated?
He don't know. See, that's what I'm saying.
That bothers me. You can't.
He don't come into the community to know that Burnett got more damn degrees than he does.
Well, but
he
I'm
don't
about to say,
understand that Keisha's smarter than he is.
We're gonna get back on top, but a degree. I want people to hear this. A degree don't mean you any more educated than anybody else.
That's correct.
I tell you now. I know people with third grade educations that got more wisdom than I got.
That's correct. I tell my wife that all the time. She got 4 degrees and a doctorate, and I tell her she still don't think that education is what makes you smart. Education does not make you smart. It's what is your passion. It's your will to serve other people. It is what you do for others that you will be remembered by, not what you did for yourself. But
so y'all got to fighting. Y'all got to. So he said you need educated women. All right.
Yeah. So he tells me this, and me and him in the line, both of us getting ready to get our food. And I got a picture of it. I should have put it up here the day that happened. And so he tells me that, and I'm saying, really? I said, these women are for the people. I said, they are here to fight for the people. He said, yeah, but they're going to make a mockery of the office. I say, what the hell? I'm listening to this man. I'm saying, are you serious? Here there's somebody I'm thinking I should be admiring. Done something to the lowest pits of hell with me when he said something like this here. Because you're telling me that these women who have sworn an oath and made a promise to fight for the people should not have been elected. That tells me you didn't even vote for them. That told me right then that he didn't even vote for them. He did not vote for them. But we have not spoken since. And he looked at me now and he turns his head. But when I was working on Van campaign, all they want to do is ask me all the goddamn questions when we in these meetings. And Van claimed I wasn't in the meetings. I was in the everything.
But you know what? But let me go back to that too. What bothers me a bit is this. Anybody that got common sense knows, and I'm biased when I talk about diversity and all that, y'all. So, but you need all kinds of people around the table. Had it not, and I'm gonna say this out loud, and this is about women leaders now. Had it not been for Alicia, Burnetta, and Keisha, this administration would not even think about poverty. You wouldn't have people saving people's homes. You wouldn't have the citizens of Savannah knowing about what's really going on. What I think people are afraid of is that maybe they don't follow policy as it should be. But guess what? Policy should be broken. The policy ain't helping the people. I've seen where I remember when that big ship came in and Keisha Gibson Carter tied that big ship with all that money coming into the port of Savannah, tied it to the poverty in Savannah. See, the thing I like about them 3 women is they think about the least of them. They think about the least of them. They're thinking about policy that's going to help people who are less disenfranchised. They're thinking about what Diedrich Leggett doesn't think about is how these people are now about to be displaced because now their homes are getting torn down so SCAD can prosper. They're thinking about things that our mayor fails to do, and that is think about the people. And so that, to me, is what we need more of. Different types of people around the table who are not the most educated. And I said this before, the talented Tiff need to step off of that pedestal and step down in the trenches with folks so you can understand what's going on. You see,
and Van promised to put that leaf in the table so everybody can sit down. Funny that you said something about around the table. Now, this is the table, and I'm going to show it to you all. This is the table that they're sitting around now. And I want y'all to see who's sitting around this table. Okay? I want y'all to see who is sitting around this table and with who. See this table here? See
look
this
at the front of it.
On the right, on the left-hand side right there, that's Linda Wilder Brown.
Listen, I'm going to say this out loud, Mary Killer. You see the coons? I said it.
The coons
you see the coons sitting out there? I don't care if you're mad or not. Go to Moral Health. They got several Band-Aids.
You see the person on the right there? That's Diedrich Leggett. You see the person sitting center stage right here in the front? That's one of the richest men in Savannah. That's Kessler.
That's who built Plant Riverside. Let's bring it in context. That's who owns Plant Riverside and all the artifacts in it.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't getting no check from that man. Quit cooning.
Yeah. No, they gonna get a check. They getting a check. They getting a check. Believe it. Now, they done sold out enough to get a check. They gonna get a check. But we don't know how much it is, but they gonna get a check. They ain't just sitting there. Look at this picture good now. They ain't sitting there having fun for nothing.
I ain't got no problem. Let's put this.
They talked about this man like a dog.
Put it back up there one more time.
Hold on, Robert. They talked about this man like a dog when they weren't elected. They talked about him every single Tuesday on the Alicia Blakely show that they were on.
Well, Linda, we best go sit at this table.
The three of them. They talked about these kind of people like a dog. That when they got in office, they weren't going to do that. And what the hell is this?
Here come Casper. The best go sit at his table.
The picture speaks for itself.
And I'm going to say this here. I ain't got no problem with nobody networking and making friends who you want to.
For real. Do it.
But you ain't about to, look, how do I want to put this? I ain't about to put my hand up your ass just because you got some coins. That ain't how I operate. I ain't got time for that. Because when you start, let me tell y'all what's wrong with that. When you start doing that, you then become responsible to them. You become their slave. I said it.
That's correct.
You become their slave.
How can do you see them ever voting against this man?
No.
Oh, no, he's not going to vote for anything against him because he's already going to line your pockets.
We better go sit at Kessler table.
You know? Yeah, that's the table that Van was talking about putting the Leafs in, because that's the table that he put the Leafs in. He made room for them. He was just fooling everybody else about it.
Not a whole lot of grinning and skinning.
Yeah, she making a heart sign, a little love sign. Yeah, you love it. Yeah, he give you everything you want. Y'all look at this picture one more time.
Boy, just leave it right there. I don't want to analyze this, y'all. But I mean, you ain't never seen none of them smile. They ain't even smile when they're I ain't seen them smile out hard even when they announced for candidacy.
Yeah. This is a shame.
First, nothing. Shut up.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with y'all being this man's friend.
Baby, hallelujah.
But what we're saying is that you're getting in the bed with the same people that you were talking about. These people have generational wealth. You will never get to the point of generational wealth because all you're going to be is a do-boy, a do-girl for you. So you are not going to get there. You're not building nothing but dreams. You know, so
but my thing is, well, Diedrich, since you were sitting at the table with Kessler and you know Kessler got all his money, why you ain't talk to Kessler about saving Yamacraw? Since he's your boy, since y'all loving him. Don't play with me.
He probably got to speak to him through somebody else. That man probably don't even talk to him.
Anyway, I'm just saying, hey, you know.
We got some young at heart leaders also who want to pass the baton, who don't mind training somebody to take their places when they leave because they promise not to be there long. Forever. They're going to be there for as long as it takes. And that is Alicia Miller Blakely. You got Dr. Tanya Howard Hall. You got Bernetta Bryant Lanier. You got Thomas Barbie. You got Sonia Jackson. You got David Campbell. You got Tanya Milton. You got Audrey Murray. You got Rufus Bright. You got all these people. They're older, so I'm not calling them with the young because this whole thing is about young leadership. But so I'm calling them with the older group of elected officials who don't mind passing the baton. Now, I'm not finished with my list. I got lists for days for people who ain't doing jack, for people who don't want to pass the baton, who got super glue and monkey glue on it so it won't get out of their hand. You know, we got lists for everything. And a lot of people fit these lists. I'm not going to go over all of them today because that's another show. But, and you got some leaders who don't ever want to give up that baton, like I was saying. You got Van, he's working on year 18 right now. You got Otis working on forever. He ain't elected, but he damn sure don't want to go nowhere. You got Edna, 77, promised not to run for a second term. Now she's saying ain't nobody ready, so she gonna serve until somebody ready.
What does that
you
mean?
You lied to the damn people.
Hold on. What does that mean, ready? Who is the God of readiness around here? Let me tell you, that was said to me. Let me tell y'all something. I need that. We're gonna break this down real quick, Julian. When I ran for public service commissioner, and a lot of people who need to know that is a statewide office, it's like running for governor of Georgia. It was said to me by one of my campaign managers, because I had to fire a few. I don't mind doing it. That a lot of the old guard aren't resonating because you didn't go up through the chain of command. I said it just this way. I said F the chain of command. When was there ever a chain of command for leadership? Don't get mad at me because I'm more prepared than you. Don't get mad at me because I'm ready and you can't be. I said it just like that. And we got to stop that. I appreciate elders. Don't get me wrong, Julius. I appreciate elders. I appreciate them for what they've done. But you don't tell somebody and you don't have no syllabus and you are not the God of all things being prepared, because guess what? We got a person in this leadership now who ain't ready, but y'all voted for him. So help me understand, Julius, in your mind, what is this whole concept of being ready?
Yeah, it is their code word for you're not part of the group. You're not part of the clique. But we're doing away with those cliques, and we're getting people ready and prepared. And they talk about we sit back and we run against each other, but the best person should win. They told my wife she wasn't ready.
But you know what thing?
My wife. But I knew that she was ready, and we knew that she could win and that she was going to win.
Because, see, and let me add this to it. See, people think you're supposed to start a school board and go through that and then go to city council and do that. Ain't how it's done. God makes you ready. That's what I want to tell people. God makes you, when God tells you to go do something, you do it. That's what makes you ready. Not no human being. Had Jay Jones not gotten into the CCDC, the Chatham County Democratic Party, and had he listened to people talking about he ain't ready and this and that, do you know the Chatham County Democratic Party will still be trash today?
That's correct.
Look at where it's come. It is a powerhouse. You hear me? Now he's going to take the first congressional district Democrats and make it a powerhouse. I mean, I love Lisa Rank for what she was, but Lisa wasn't doing nothing. That's why Democrats going to get their butt whipped every year in the first congressional district. So if we could take, I'm going to tell anybody out here now watching, if anybody tells you ain't ready for something, tell them to kiss your ass and keep doing it.
All right. But to get back to that list of young at heart leaders, I say Alicia Miller Blakely, Tanya Howard Hall, Bernetta Lanier, Thomas Bobby, Sonia Jackson, David Campbell, Tanya Milton, Audrey Murray, and Rufus Bright. Okay, we know them. Those are the young at heart. And those who don't want to give that baton up, we know Vane ain't going to never give it up because he's plotting his next move. We know Otis don't want to get out the way. He just want to be in the way, but he only going to come when you call it. And Edna Jackson, y'all know the story. She just in the way. Y'all seen that WTOC lighting of the lights on Broughton Street thing? See, they trying to They see the news media is complicit in this era of sellout for us. They want us to create more sellouts, but their problem was they're not smart about it. They should have had these people grooming sellouts, you know. But now they're telling us that we should be bringing them forward, and I'm telling you, I got a whole damn list of them. We don't have to bring them forward. They're already here, but they don't want them. These are not acceptable leaders to them. Who ain't ready? Antoine, how the hell Antoine Lang ain't ready? Somebody tell me that. I mean, I don't agree with everything Antoine does. I think he's cut in the same mold as a few of the leaders that I talk about. But I like Antoine. I really do. But you can't tell me Antoine Lang ain't ready to serve. You cannot tell me Antoine Lang ain't ready to serve. And you cannot tell me that Antoine Lang wouldn't be better than Edna Jackson. You can't tell me that. She's 50 years older than him. She's 77.
But she got experience.
She got experience. Her experience, Lord.
That's what the argument be. She got experience.
Antoine today is more prepared than Edna Jackson could ever be. Believe that. Than she ever was.
Let me see what the people say.
You got Al Scott, who ain't never got out the way. 46 years this man was in our life. Since I was a baby, this man's been in my life. I remember riding the city bus when I was a little boy and seeing the campaign signs for Al Scott. Y'all know how long ago that was? A long, long time ago. I mean, I just looked 36.
Hey.
Good Lord. You got people who don't want to give up their reign of power. They're holding on to it so hard.
Let me talk to you talking about leadership and baton and mentoring and impact. I'd be remiss if I don't mention this individual here. Young pastor, not from Savannah, so had no reason to come down here to advocate. All this man had to do was come and lead Connors Temple Baptist Church. And I'm talking about Reverend Benny Mitchell. Reverend Benny Mitchell came down here, had all the noise. You ain't ready, this, that, and the third. And that man put foots up butts. I mean, he went toe-to-toe with people, even the mayor, John Rosikis. And people may not remember this. People still are mad about some things, but fought tooth and nail for these communities. Fought tooth and nail when he didn't have to, and ran a church. If more people had just the fortitude and the guts that Reverend Mitchell had, do y'all know how powerful this city could be and how powerful our culture could be? But we don't have people who have that kind of strength anymore.
Well,
we don't
find them. We do have
WW Law is another one. Yes, sir. That's right.
Well, we do have them. We do have them. Those people who are ready to serve. I just called a bunch of them names, but they're still being overlooked by the powers that be, because the powers that be said it's not their time yet. They're not ready yet. That committee that you were asking about, who's on that committee of who's ready and who's not. That committee has turned a blind eye to these people who are ready. See, because if you show a willingness to help somebody, you're not ready. If you show a willingness to sell out, then you are ready.
And I'll say this too. What's different too, and that's what I was told on the old guard. With the old guard per se, I guess they got some kind of checklist. You got to go through this initiation. I don't know. But the thing I can say now is, I'll never forget when I came back to Savannah to help my mom and dad. And I knew I wanted to do something. I just wasn't sure what it was. And at first I thought about 1st Congressional District, and I was like, and then I was told that Joyce was running. So I said, no, I would never do that because I don't want to cross pollinate the culture. But then I got a call from Jay. Jay said, hey, I want you to look at this. That's what we need more of. I know you're interested. Here's an opportunity. Let me work with you. And I had a number of people do that, yourself included. And we don't have enough of that. The old guard doesn't do that. I don't know how they expect people to resonate with their message other than people their age and not want to be a support system or a source of information to help people who want to do things. My young brother, Tevin. Tevin was on the show, Tevin Byers. Tevin's up in Indiana working on his dissertation. I do my best to check in weekly. We got to start doing more of that, especially with our Black males. Just checking in with folks. I know you're trying to do this thing. How can I help you be successful, right? And if we're not doing that, then I mean, what's going on?
And you're absolutely correct. Uh, it is our responsibility to bring up the rear, bring those behind us forward, and to put them in front of us. It comes a time when you have to sit down. You see what the our distractors and the enemy of our growth. They're going to put people in front of us who they want to impede our growth. They know that these people are so full of individualism, like Adam said, that they're going to only look out for themselves. Van Johnson only looks out for himself. He has a wealth of people around him because he knows how what's his major psychology? Because he's a bad boy at it. Because he got all these people fooled on um on supporting him. He has all these ad hoc campaign committees that when it's time to run for re-election, he's gonna have them out front for him because he's putting them on these insignificant, irrelevant committees, task force that mean nothing. All they do is study. We got something real hot at the end of this show too on these task force. But Van is real good at crafting people to help him, but you don't see him helping no damn body. You don't see that man helping nobody, but he got everybody helping him. Everybody. He might help some people. We don't know about it. But the future of black leadership here, we got some strong people, and I'm gonna call those names also. I didn't finish the list of because it's unfinished for those that don't want to let loose of Baton, but there's several others on it. We'll call them on another show. But you got leaders fighting the fight and trying to train and groom people who Adam Van Brimmer, if you just went to the damn people and talked to them instead of talking to our sellouts. You know, they don't think Otis Dem is out because Otis Dem did everything for them. Dietrich is now falling into that pattern, but Dietrich is just a one-term alderman. You got people who are in the trenches and have been there for decades, training people. But you got to have that passion and determination to want to serve. You got Leonard Smalls, you got Charlie Brown, you got Ned Williams, you got John Hayden, you got Leonard McCoy, you got Anthony Graves, you got Diane Harvey Johnson, you got Alan Maynard, you got Tasha Bonds, you got Morris Pollard, you got Natalie Smith Leggett, Jerome Irvin, Miss Bowers, Beverly Trotter, Melinda Gwen Thornton, Josie Shepard. Yeah, the list just goes on, but these are just ones that I could just think of off the top of my head that I know are in the community saying and doing things. So, and they're involved. And they try to persuade people, you know. And I've been in Josie's presence plenty of time when he's tried to really just tell young people the right direction that they should be going to get involved in certain groups so that we can better our community. So, these are my firsthand opinions. If anybody else has any, they can feel free to contact me and put them on the screen so Dr. Robert and I can talk about them, and we might say, oh yeah, we forgot about them. But it's a lot of people that are serving out there, young and old, who are doing what is necessary to help grow our community. And that's what it's all about. It's all about helping to grow our community, to move it forward. The violence is rampant in our community for a reason. It's for a reason. It is to destroy our communities. It is to get those areas designated as high crime areas so you can start moving them out so that they can gentrify them. It's a reason. Everything is done for a reason. We only see 6 months to a year down the road. These people are planning 20 and 30 years ahead of time. So we have to everybody who stands up and speaks out, just like the young lady KJ Brooks. The girl is outspoken. She's a little radical. She's a little radical now. You have to admit that she's radical. She goes to the extreme. But you got to be able to push people to the extreme, because if you don't push them to the extreme and you just pushing them a little bit, they ain't going. So push them to the extreme, so hopefully they'll go somewhere near that. You know, and this girl is awesome, smart as hell, and ready to serve and cares about her community. But what do they do with her? They shut her out. They shut her out. Girl got 500,000 followers on social media from all over the world. But in Savannah, you shut her out. They do that to our people here. Take all the stars that we've ever had. They could get on the national stage and be recognized, but Savannah, they shut them out. Yes, we did mention Derek Milo. Derek Milo was the first name out my mouth. But like I said, we don't recognize our own here, and we're going to give that recognition. And since Savannah Morning News want to print this, we're letting Savannah Morning News, Nancy Guam, please tell Adam Van Brimmer that we don't need his advice, especially when he's giving it to us from some sellouts. We already own it. We own it. We recognize it. We identified it, and we're working on it. You know, but
I wonder what inspired that article. I mean, I wonder if he woke up and said, I'm going to write an article on black folk in Savannah, or did somebody say, write it because, we got this awesome such and such. I don't know what inspired that article. I'll tell you one. Let me, you know what? This just popped in my head. Spirit just put this in my head. Let me tell you what Alicia Blakely's doing that I love. All the women Alicia Blakely. She's going out finding the youngest of people. I'm talking about kids in middle and high school to step up and to display their leadership. I don't know who that young man was, and she's done it before multiple times. She had that young man come up there and pray, Julius. That boy was ready to be a pastor. I'm telling you, that's the kind of stuff we got to start doing too. And that's what keep these young people out of these bad situations. It's when you cultivate a talent, and then their friends who might not be doing the best thing in their lives just see, I want to do that too. So we better start following the model that our sister Blakely got going on out there, because, man, she has found some real gems in the forest.
And that is awesome. That's what we're talking about. We're going to break this article down in our second half of the show. We're going to break this down.
Let me see if I can get Bernard Brown to help you break it down. Bernard Brown. Bernard American.
We expected one of the alderwomen said she was showing up, but I guess she probably fell back to sleep.
Call and wake up.
No, we're a little too hot today for. But there's three things I did want to point out. One was, if I didn't call your name,
let me put on Messenger for Brown.
If I didn't call your name, you were either on the borderline in most of these categories, or I just had a mind blank. And the second thing is, what's the most important group of leaders absent from this list? Can anybody tell me what group of leaders is absent from these lists I call? Your local pastors. Your local pastors. Where are the pastors? Why aren't they on here? You know why? Because all they're thinking about is giving out turkeys on Thanksgiving, open the doors of the church, and collecting tithes.
Bernard, check your messenger. You know what, Julius, what gets me? And I said this, I appreciate this, that they went down there to be with the family of Ahmaud Arbery during the trial. Why has it got to be something extreme? And I'm thinking about this over the, and I don't call it Thanksgiving, y'all. I call it the recognition of Indigenous Peoples Day, because if you know what Thanksgiving is, you get it. But back to topic. Pastors, and I'm going to say this out loud, I don't have no problem doing what you want to do, but to be the head of a flock, to be in charge of the sheep or the people, means to ensure that they are doing well. And so if you had anybody that hungry, or elderly couple that didn't have or had to get without or kind of navigate without, where's the ministry to make sure the people in the church are okay? Where's the ministry to make sure everybody's lights is on and that they're eating, and not just this one day a year, throughout the year? And so I just challenge the pastors to think about the church and let not everybody's doing have a wealthy church and driving the Benz and all that.
Well,
Come on with it.
well,
Don't just
that's
show up when the
that's
camera's on. Don't just show up when your church is gonna get accolades and you get a pat on the back because you gave a kid a toy this year. This happens every day. You got
that's the
people under
second
that
part of
bridge
the show,
every day. Come on with it.
Robert. That's the end of the show.
No, my
When
bad.
when
I just feel
I'm gonna
strongly
get
about
to
that
them at
stuff.
the end of the show. Um, oh, these glasses aren't as good as these. Um, but the pastors are AWOL right now. They're absent without leave. They are. They are. You all are. So tell your pastor, if you know your pastor ain't doing nothing, stop just praising him and kissing his feet. And tell him to get his butt out here and walk on his feet. You
Check
know?
your check Messenger, bro. Check your Facebook Messenger, Bernard Brown.
And the third thing is, if you think that I miss you from being the leader in this community, feel free to contact me or anybody on any of these shows. If you don't like me, then call one of the other people so you can get on one of their shows. But ATR is committed to making sure that everybody has a voice here, especially in our community. Especially in our community. Our pastors, you're right, Deidre, Dr. Grimm, many of our pastors are sellouts. And we're going to talk about them the last thing on our
Julius, Bernard said send that link to
agenda
his
today.
phone.
I can't send it to your phone. I can only send it to your email.
I sent it to his messenger. I don't know why he don't want to check
You got to
messenger
go on
more.
Facebook and get it off your
I
email.
bet you one of them toes
Um,
popped up, you'll check that messenger.
But feel free to contact anybody off of any of the other 10 or 11 shows if you want to be on their show and talk to them. We got the shows for you. All you got to do is call them. They'll be happy to put you on. But we're going to break this letter down, and then we have the last thing on the list is this meeting that was called with the 32 pastors or 33 pastors that was called recently. That's the last thing we're going to talk about. They had a meeting, Robert, and y'all stand by. Call your pastor and tell him to tune in too. The 32 pastors, the 33 pastors showed up to a meeting with the mayor because of what was going on in Brunswick. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. They showed up to have a meeting about what was going on 70 miles away from him. 70 miles. 70 miles. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But anyway, let's get to this letter. Because we done gave our opinions on this. I haven't seen none of these comments because I've been busy reading and talking. Where are the pastors regarding Stillwell Towers, the weeping time, and affordable housing? They are absent without leave, Ivan. They're absent. They are nowhere to be found. They have an obligation to God first, and they're not fulfilling that obligation. They think that they're supposed to give out free turkeys, open the doors of the church, and collect tithes. And that's all they're doing. Many of them. There's some good pastors out there now. I'm just not going to get into calling their names today. But if that fits you and you haven't been doing what you're supposed to do and you're a pastor in this city, then I'm talking about you. And if you got a problem with it, you know my number, 912-572-3798. Call me. We'll get you on here. You can tell the world what you're doing so great. Savannah's trailblazing black leaders have a message. What trailblazing black leaders he talking about? What? They went to him or did he go to them? Who went to who and gave him this message? You know, they want Adam to tell the black community through this garbage piece of newspaper what we should be doing? Really?
They said that.
Really? Tom Barton, prime example, he gone. Mike Trainer, my friend Mike, he gone. Things are changing here. When I tell it to you, believe it. I ain't playing with you. this is the way it is. This is the way it's gonna be. We on a mission. Ain't just me. I say we, but I speak for we. We speak for we. We all speak for each other. But anyway, he spoke to Otis Johnson, Edna Jackson, and Dietrich Leggett, and he called them trailblazers. They burnt the damn trail so nobody else could follow them down the trail. What kind of trailblazers are them? Are they? They burnt the trail up. Otis hasn't trained anybody. Please, can somebody out there listening put in the comments who Otis Johnson has trained besides Van Johnson? And I guarantee he didn't even train Van. He did not train Van. Van just was looking at him and following him. He ain't trained nobody. He's unapproachable. Well, and if he is, he always telling you, "I'll get back with you." But Edna Jackson, now she did train Van. She did train Van. Now, but that's not speaking highly of her. She trained Van. Who Van training? Who is Van training right now today? Tell us. Do you know, Robert? Anybody in the comment section?
I heard a name, but I ain't about to get jacked up.
Is he training anybody? Do you know anybody he's training?
Start with an M, but I don't know how true it is.
Marcelo?
No. I ain't gonna talk about my boy like that now. Was it Mahogany?
Marcelo, my partner.
That's my boy. I'm talking Mahogany.
It's great.
Mahogany. I don't know. I'm just saying it is what it is.
It's great if he's training Marcelo.
I said Mahogany. I ain't gonna. Marcelo ain't that retarded. I ain't gonna say Marcelo been that.
Mahogany and Marcelo are activists in the community.
Right. I'm just saying
they don't really need training. They can look and see. They can participate in these.
I know. Let me tell you, Sello and I were doing something together. I know Sello was work. Sello know how to handle himself now, so he can run circles around that man.
Right. I'm saying he ain't got to train Sello. He ain't got to train Mahogany.
No.
Mahogany is working on campaigns every day. She ran her own and made a mistake, so she's in it.
But all right.
What's going on, y'all?
Move that off his face.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'll try. Go ahead, keep talking.
Hey.
All right, there you
go. But those two people are friends of mine, Mahogany and Marcelo. They don't need any training. They have been around campaigns long enough. Marcelo ran campaigns. He don't need no training. He don't need no grooming.
I'm a boy right now.
He's ready.
Let me tell you something. Marcelo.
She's been out there and she sees what's going on also. So, and she's working campaigns, so she's getting her training. But who has Van Johnson trained?
No, what I'm saying, so Sello, we was an undergrad Bernard. Sello was a Sigma, I'm an Alpha, but our chapters were so tight that, man, please, you ain't gonna run up on Sello and think I ain't gonna show up. So yeah, that's my people now.
Yeah, Marcelo good. We
good people.
We talking about people
Matter of fact, Julius, that might Alder Man District 5. Let's keep that. That might be something we need to look at.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But that's the only person. I mean, we don't know anybody that he's really actually taking and saying, I'm going to train this person to be ready to serve. 16 years he was in the first district and all he cared about was himself. Their trails lead to Master's house. You're absolutely correct. And Master's house is down there at Plant Riverside.
Good drinks though.
And all the trails lead there. All the crumbs that the mice have been picking up go straight on down there. This topic generates sales for Savannah Morning News. Many people don't take Savannah Morning News. Hell, they can't even generate sales with it because nobody's reading it. We just happened to somebody was reading it and sent it to us. We didn't. I made a copy of this off a screenshot. Anyway, but this is one of the things that we're talking about. You got to be able to train these people to come up to do to serve, not to serve themselves, to serve the community. That's what it's all about. The service to your community. It's about how you can make somebody else's life better, not your life. Welcome, Bernard.
Yeah. Hello, young men.
You talk for a whole 20 minutes. I'm like, hello, Bernard.
Hey, I do it. Hey,
Bernard,
I'm
you
ready.
scared
Boy, I got a headache. That's all I got to say.
Oh,
Hey, but you know what? Like I always say on the serious note, if you're a leader within your heart, that you're a leader, you don't need nobody to train you. You should, you can't train nobody to be a leader. If a leadership is in you, is in you. I don't need nobody to train me to go help people, help our people. You have to be passionate about helping people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, they got these so-called leaders in Savannah, like y'all said earlier. Is what you did for me lately, or what you gonna do for me down the line. Everybody's getting paid. Everybody paying everybody. That's why they stayed in leadership so long. Everybody doing something under the table to keep them there. And we as voters need to look at that. And y'all always say, vote, vote, vote. At the end of the day, you watch who you're voting for. And what you say about Van, I'm like this dude here. I'm be honest with y'all. I just don't like him. I don't like Otis. I don't like Al Scott. I don't like none of them. I don't talk to them. I don't like them because they in it for the wrong reason. Otis Scott always been the wrong reason. Al Scott always been the wrong reason. It's time for a change. There's some of these young people out here is ready. Some of them been bone ready. Groom. And like you said earlier, B, my leader when I was in Savannah, Georgia, was Reverend Benny Mitchell. He taught me how to stand up and be a man. He taught me how to talk to these damn white folks and these black folks and don't sell out. I'm not selling my soul for nobody. What I say is what I mean. And if you don't like it, it is what it is. I really don't care. I really don't care. And that's what you need. You need to stand up for what's right. And don't worry about what people gonna say about you. Don't worry about it. As long as you know you're doing the right thing and God put you in a position to do it, do it.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. One of the things that I had, Robert, was this. And I want you to answer this here. If Van Brimmer was so concerned with our damn community, and he understood how these leaders got to where they are, shouldn't this have been a critique of their leadership and their inability of their failure to groom and train people coming behind them? Why isn't anybody
honestly,
ready?
You read my mind.
Their obligation to get people ready to take over for the reins from them.
You read my mind.
Anything about that? Their failure of leadership.
You read my mind, and I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is use Atlanta mayors as a measuring stick, all the way back to Maynard, Andrew Young, Bill Campbell. Even though he did what he did, he still was effective. I don't down people because of that. They try to make it come up. These folk do it anyway. So when you look at the lineage of mayors, besides Kasim Reed and his doggish ways, you see in Atlanta that you have progress, right? Andrew Young, people don't realize this, but that airport in Atlanta, the world's busiest airport, made Atlanta what it is. And that was a decision made by Andrew Young. Let's go back to Savannah and look at our mayors. I think honestly, and I know y'all don't really care for them too much, and some people about to get their toes stepped on, but again, Memorial Health is over there on Waters. You go get you some help over there if your toes get hurt. The only one really that I've seen that really made an impact was Otis, who really got in there. I mean, he had an intellectual way of leading, but his under his administration, there was some progress that you could measure. Outside of that, I can't see one other African-American mayor in Savannah that has done anything other than talk. I mean, and it blows my mind. I think really Susan Weiner really has done more in that mayorship than anyone, which is really sad. Think about how long Susan Weiner was in that seat. So, and I want people to comment. What black mayor has really done anything significant that we could really say, you know what, that really has made a huge difference in Savannah. You know, Jay and I and Julius, we talk about this all the time. You go on West Savannah. West Savannah has looked like that for decades. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. You have areas where you were. I remember Julius posted about a year ago a tree that was hanging out in the street. That tree has been there for years.
Yeah.
The Savannah Mall, garbage. The Oglethorpe Mall, no change. There has not been. The only big significant thing in my lifetime has been that Talmadge Bridge. But now, the only thing you're going to see done is around Riverside and the Historic District. So I want to see the comments. Name one significant piece of legislation or change that we've seen under an African American mayor. We got to do better, folks. We've got to do better. I mean, I just get sick and tired of us putting people back in the basketball game who can't throw a 3-point shot. And I mean, you know, we got people running races. Look at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is up and coming. Macon is up and coming. Augusta is up and coming. And we get left in the wind. Let me show you something, Jules. And I think, Bernard, we all talked about this before. Infrastructure. If we could get the infrastructure right here, and we could capitalize off of the ports, and we could capitalize off of so many things going on with our economic pieces, we can make this a powerhouse city. But we don't have the vision to do it. We got people who are so sorry and head in the ground who don't get it and want to silence people that they're getting in the way of the progression of this city.
That's correct. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
We got people who only care about themselves, who are scared to challenge the status quo, and who are just plain right out selfish. They don't care anything about the communities that are underserved. They don't. They don't. If they did when they took office, then they would be doing exactly what Keisha, Alicia, and Burnett is doing, fighting for the people. Old Linda Wilder Bryan and Dietrich Leggett, the biggest disappointments to ever get elected anywhere on the face of this earth. And I'm leaving out of Savannah, on the face of the earth. They talked a good game until they got elected. Then for some reason, I mean, this Dietrich was calling me every single night. Big bro, man, Van this. Oh, I hate this man. Van this. And then now all of a sudden, he got his duty is to protect Van. Stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Alderman's job ain't protect the mayor of the damn charter. Hell told you that. Otis Johnson told him something like that. I already know where he got it from. Only person that tell him some stupid stuff like that is Otis.
You know what I would like to see? I really mean this, and folk can get it however they want. We need somebody, and I'm not telling this young lady to do this, but the only one person I see in leadership now who I believe has the vision, the guts, and the wherewithal to be a good mayor is Alderwoman Gibson Carter. I just see it. I don't know whether that young lady will receive that calling, but I am so sick and tired of seeing Savannah be 40 years ago. We're in the same position we were 40 years ago.
Yes, sir.
40 years ago, probably 60.
There was so much promise after the last last election. We just thought that, okay, things are going to change. The table is going to be widened. That leaf is going to be added. People are going to prosper. Black businesses are going to boom. We're going to have people getting contracts. We haven't gotten the damn thing, Van. Nothing that you promised.
Put that picture back up. I know who got it. Put that picture back up.
Yeah. That's
who got it. Hey, I see Bernard back there too in that picture.
Shit. They won't even let me in that door.
You the help. Then we tell you to go back there and sweep that floor.
I do it.
That's the table.
Yeah.
What do you say? First, let the mayor. Let's first have a mayor with actual power. And
it's not about power, Natalie. It's not about power. It's about a vision, an agenda. You come into this thing with an agenda and a vision to do things different, right? Let's say, for example, school board president. You come in saying, this is where our school board is. This is where I see the school board going for our children, right? If you don't have a vision, then you start creating all these dumb task forces and commissions and da-da-da. That ain't nothing but a distraction to make it look like I'm doing something, and you're not. You don't need a task force when you got a real vision of what a city needs to be. For one, the city of Savannah, we need to leverage the income off of that port to build livable, sustainable wages, period, in poverty. That's something that Keisha Gibson Carter has said. We need to start leveraging income off of these different things, revenues we receive to build up our communities. That's called a vision. What we got now is somebody who went through the ranks and now getting a pat on the back because you made it. You graduated to mayor, and now you're making all these commissions to make yourself look good. That's not leadership to me. I'm sorry. I see you smoking mirrors, bro.
Well, I'm glad you calling them out. I was sitting in the NAACP campaign forum when Dietrich made that statement. I didn't believe it. Yeah, I was there too. I didn't believe it either because it was the most asinine statement I ever heard in my life. Yeah, you got to have the power to execute it, but there's a reason why we don't have power, Natalie. There's a reason
He ain't
why
got no reason.
we.
He ain't got
No,
no. Y'all tell me, what was his platform?
here it is.
Tell me
Here.
his platform. What was his platform?
This is the reason.
What was the man's platform?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the only way that we're going to have the ability to act on that vision.
Yeah. Hey, y'all said it earlier. You know, you vote for these people, they say what they want to say, and then they put it off and then they sell you out. Our people can sell us out more quicker than any damn body in the world. I'm not talking about Savannah. I'm talking about the whole world.
Yeah.
We sell each other out so quick because we don't like you or we say something that they didn't like or whatever. It's until we clean up our house, we can't say nothing about ain't nobody house, period. At the end of the day, because what happened is Van got it where he give over there to these people and he get like that round table. You know what I'm saying? That round table. That's where it's at, right around that round table. At the end of the day, stop selling your people out and then you'll be okay, period.
But you know what, Bernard, let me say
ain't gonna happen.
Let me say this. What bothers me with people, and all the people in District 2 of the city, I'm about to roll up on you. If y'all should have been at the forefront of making sure that didn't even happen. When that man made sure that arena did not even advocate for the arena to be in y'all backyard, because guess what's going to happen, Bernard? Bernard, we're going to ride over and look at that arena today. I'm going to show you something. Anytime you put that kind of that real estate next to the community that you're trying to run down, you're trying to regentrify it. People come in, nah, it ain't gonna happen. Bullshit, it's gonna happen. Okay, just like Democrat happened. So when you saw that coming, why on District 2 did y'all not rally around and say we ain't about to let this happen? I want to tell you, I'm gonna show y'all something. Go back. I want you to YouTube. Elderly lady goes off on Kasim Reed. Kasim Reed did the same thing in Atlanta. And the reason why he didn't make it to that runoff for mayor, that one lady went up and confronted him and dogged him out publicly. And I loved every bit of it. You don't do folks like that. So what he basically did is exactly what we just saw happen here with that arena. You put that kind of property to clear out a whole neighborhood of low-income folk who don't have a voice. And then you just seep in there and you build what you want to build and you get the kickback. How y'all let that happen, District 2, and then you let the man come up there and now we complaining? I blame the citizens. Because again, if LeBron James ain't producing for the Lakers, he gonna be put on the bench. And it's time we start putting some people on the bench and stop letting them have a pass.
Yeah. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
I meant to show y'all this picture that was developed of a T-shirt that's going to be out after a while. Y'all look at this T-shirt. This is what happened to the leaf that was supposed to have been put in the table.
Lord.
See the leaf behind his back? He got the leaf behind his back.
Yeah.
All of them still sitting around the table. And when he inserted that leaf in the table, we got this. What the hell?
Yeah.
When he inserted the leaf that he got hidden behind his back right there. See those guys there that angry that he fit to put that leaf in there? But he put that leaf in there. Hey,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but you know what? You know, one of the biggest problems with Savannah is SCAD.
Man, listen.
Well, SCAD is one of the
Listen.
biggest assets and one of the biggest
Right,
problems.
right. One of the big accidents, one of the big, I'm telling you, I went down Montgomery Street yesterday. It's in I was with I don't forget who I was with. Damn, I think of, but anyway, he say, I guarantee you, all this right here is like bolted up, and they're getting ready to tear it down. Bill, SCAD. The SCAD gonna own all the way from Montgomery to Abercrombie, all the way down to Montgomery and Bay Street. They gonna wipe it. You know, it's just like coming in there, taking over. And those places we growed up around. You know what I'm saying? When we were small, everything. And then he told me this. Floyd, I was with Floyd. Floyd was showing me around Savannah the other day, and he showed me this big old hotel that they built on what the inner Bay Street is. It's like big red. He said that's the biggest hotel, the beautiful hotel. And I'm like, I see what they're doing now. They're moving all our asses out of here and then bringing everything to make it better for them and the tourists, period. You know?
But now, you know what's sad
and
about
sitting around,
SCAD?
you're sitting around, letting it happen.
But you know what's wrong? SCAD don't pay no kind of taxes on that stuff.
Right.
And that's the thing that bothers me. And then this is my thing. Because I'm a person, I work in higher education, I believe in higher education. My thing is this. I like what they're doing in some of the inner city. But why not, SCAD, partner? You're getting all this free stuff. Partner with the city. Let's rebuild some of these homes. Let's take displaced people who are on the streets. Let's put them in these homes. Some kind of way we can figure this out. Let's make sure they're fed, and let's work together to make the city a place where we don't have poverty and people on the streets and all that, and stop just trying to take all the money and keep it to yourself. Right? That's what bothers me about it. And stop trying to come for the 5th district, because we're gonna fight back and we bite hard. I can tell you that now. And that's the part that scares me, Bernard, is if you look right there where Mickey's used to be, right there on Montgomery and Victory. You see what that is, right? They took all that out real quick.
Yeah.
And according to Reverend Smalls, they've even acquired more property that even gets closer to that railroad track, which is very, very scary. So, you know, the Summerside of the world, the Camp Parks of the world, y'all better stand up and get your stuff ready, because they ain't gonna stop.
Well, it's a 50-year plan for those people, and they're gonna continue moving that way. You say that couldn't happen down there, but like Rebecca say, SCAD is now, put that back up. SCAD is now a parasite. Asset law of diminishing returns. A parasitic asset law of diminishing returns. But and you're absolutely right. Carl says SCAD money stretch a long way. People getting paid. People are getting paid. They'll buy anybody.
Right.
SCAD is moving to Atlanta now, too.
No,
so
listen.
Y'all be ready.
Drew, no, they already here. SCAD went from I-16, straight down I-16 through Macon to 75, and they done took all over downtown Atlanta. Period. They coming. They moving fast too. Yep. And I agree with that. I agree with that comment. They coming and they moving fast, and ain't nobody stopping them.
And you know, Dr. Betty Jones, we what needs to happen is we need to elect people who care about the communities that they represent. And in order to do that, people have to identify those funds that are coming in where we can build those neighborhoods that have been underserved for 50 years. And those neighborhoods just happen to be Black neighborhoods.
Oh, man.
And, if we don't do that, then these people's plan will work. Because if you don't put money in to build the infrastructure of these communities, then they fail. They go into ill repair and they cannot be fixed. And then people come in and buy the property for a good amount and sell it for 5 times that.
Look, let me tell you something. I think, Julia, I was out yesterday, a couple of days ago, Bernard. right down the street over there, the Liberty City Park, the community center. I went running. The water all over the pathway because it's not built correctly. All the benches just dry rotted. Sign leaning all on the ground, which is indicative of all how the black neighborhoods in Savannah get treated. You won't go to Haversham Woods Park and see that. You darn sure won't go to Bacon Park and see it.
Oh, the
The
South
water parks and
Side.
stuff that look all jacked up. Why?
Yeah.
And so then I made a shout out. I mean, it is what it is. If you want to run around here, I'm not too far from you. But all the woman, what's going on? You got an answer for this. And so it's a pattern of leadership not showing up at all for our areas. And but you sure showed up when you wanted to rezone behind our back for the Boys and Girls Club. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Boys and Girls Club, but you don't sit here and rezone a community without us knowing. So anyway, pay attention to what's going on around your communities, especially if you live in the black and brown communities of Savannah, Georgia, because you see, they'll sit around the table with counselor and they'll leave you high and dry.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And tell you that it was best for your community. These people have failed miserably. When they didn't vote right on the Weeping Time property, we knew that they were the enemy of our people. You are the enemy of our people. Dr. Grimm said we also need to be concerned of how some Atlanta politicians will try to insert themselves in our politics.
Yeah.
Okay. We got some Atlanta people, especially in low wealth communities.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You go down to Atlanta, once you hit 20, all you see under the bridges, all homeless people. It is just crazy. I don't know what they're doing, it's just crazy. But if you go down 16, y'all, and you remember it used to be nothing but trees, all those trees. Now what's going on? They're building warehouses all the way down there, long warehouses.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what this city is called, Port Warehouse.
Yeah.
Port Woodward.
Right.
And you know what? I got a client now who is trying to do a nonprofit that will help homeless that come from different, veterans or people who just got out of prison or had an addiction and were homeless. She's trying to build that and get a nonprofit, get funding to do that. And don't you know it's so hard to get a nonprofit to help people or to provide support like that? And the city had the money, but the city don't want to make that funding accessible. That's the leaders y'all got, people. For the viewers, that's the types of leaders we got who don't understand that's a part of a vision. Because the more people we got on the streets, the more people that are impoverished, the worse it is for our community across the board.
Yeah.
So we don't get it.
Well,
our
main topic today is the Savannah Morning News and how they're trying to elevate the most. How they're insisting on making the most relevant status quo fighters on city council villains. These people like Alicia, Keisha, Bernetta are fighters for the people, and the paper are vilifying them, making them try to look bad to us. So it's election time. So you'll see a lot of that coming. Don't fall for it, people. We got to have these sisters back. We got to be there for them. We got to do everything that we can to make sure that they are not defeated. And then they want to elevate the most dangerous ones. The most dangerous ones, they want to elevate. Why? Why? Y'all can't see it? Why are they doing it? They're doing it because this is how you destroy from within. They already got these people within us. They're inside already. So if they got them, what he's doing, he's talking about nurturing and grooming and training. They're training, nurturing, and grooming and training these people to destroy us. So they want us to build more of these type of people. So that 50 years down the line, everything that we have is sold. It's a plan. See, we think today. They thinking 50 days ahead of us.
Yeah.
50 years ahead of us.
Hey, why you know what? It go way back in the days too. Why if people want to destroy the black community, why they go and get the black people to destroy their own community? Just like if you want to get taken out, they have somebody black take you out. Money we can give somebody right now probably $20 right now to go take somebody out. And it is our color. Our color always taking each other out. You know what I'm saying? And what makes it so bad about that is they really don't care. They don't care. Listen, everybody, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but it's this here. People don't care about us. They don't like us. They know how to get to us. They know how to brainwash us. And this go over and over and over again, and we fall for it. And we do it. Until we stop letting people brainwash us and we stand up for what's right and stand up for ourselves, we're going to be okay at the end of the day. But where we start, it's got to stop. Just because, you know, they won their trial in Brunswick, okay, that justice was served. That's one out of what? Millions or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, it's going to be another case come.
Oh, ain't no question. It's going to
be another case.
Because this is what this country is built on. Demonizing us and stumping us out.
Yeah.
And until we unify, it's going to always be like that. Van Brimmer with his slick ass newspaper writings. You can't fool us. We're gonna be the ones who form the narrative here. We're gonna be the ones who raise up the leaders, the future leaders of this city, not you. We see that we have failed and some people betrayed us, promises made, promises broken. We saw that, but that won't happen the next time because we're gonna make you sign a contract with us. You're gonna have a contract. The public's had a contract with America. You're gonna have a contract with us. Won't be no more Dietrichs and no more Linda Wilder Bryans who think they're really doing. How the hell y'all follow these people thinking that they're doing the right thing? Y'all see that they're not doing the right thing. What the hell make y'all think those people out there, please, your friends who think that Keisha and Alicia and Bernetta are making trouble? These people are fighting for the people, the underserved people. What the hell else y'all want?
They don't want that. It's clear they don't want that.
Yeah.
These are your aunts and your uncles and your grandmamas and everybody.
I said this before, Bernard, you know this. And I'm gonna say it. This city is so bad. You got a big culture here, black folk with crab in the barrel. So since you ain't got, I ain't got it, you ain't gonna have it either. So I'm gonna pull your ass back down. They don't want that.
Yeah.
That's terrible to me. Because if you got something, guess what? I'm gonna celebrate you. Because me celebrating you, I need you to celebrate me when my blessing comes. It might come 10 years from now, but me trying to hold you back ain't helping nobody. It's silly, but hey.
Yeah, and you know what? Like I said the other day, I was with my boy Floyd, the white guy. You know, he's cool, man. I raised him like he was my son, and so we riding right. And let me tell you how different it is between the blacks and the whites in Savannah. So we riding, you know, he talking, he showing this and this. And it's like, I'm looking and I'm like, because like I said, I've been going for him almost 40 something years. But he's comfortable. He's comfortable of what's going on. Because he can just ride around, and then he leave, and then he go right down to Wilmington Island, and boom. You know what I'm saying? It's like they'll come, change Savannah to what they wanted, and then they ride off in the sunset to their house, and then y'all still got trash. And man, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I came here a couple weeks ago, right, Jules and RG?
You was gonna get that.
In the same damn trash that I seen 3 weeks ago, it's still there.
Yeah. Our neighborhoods are disregarded. They don't care anything about our neighborhoods. First of all, we got to care also and call and make them do it.
Yeah.
And second of all, they're paying people to ride around and see these things. But they will stop somebody and give them a citation for their car turned the wrong way. Instead of giving somebody a citation for picking up all that trash in the neighborhoods. It is designed this way.
Yeah.
One of the things that the efforts to get us out, look at Chatham Apartments, look at Clearview, look at Stillwell Towers and now Savannah Cottages over on the east side. They want all this. They want all this. Deidre said what Deidre said. You're right. They try to paint us as if we are unfit and incompetent to run our community. But in all actuality, the issue is that they fear justice granted on their terms. White privilege. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes real sense.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, y'all, we're gonna get on out of here. Cause
I have not finished my last half. You can go. I'll finish it up.
Listen, we are about to run across time. You ain't got but 10 minutes, no way.
No, I
You
got
want us to miss the Georgia Tech game. You see how he do Bernard.
I got 28 minutes. And Georgia beating them people 20 something.
That's okay. People want to enjoy that. And guess what? Alabama, we coming for you. But I just want to do that real quick.
Okay, this is the gift.
I want to make some coffee. I'll be back.
Okay. The gift that keeps on giving. The gift that keeps on giving. This was a 90-minute show, but now today we're going to make it, we're going to expand it to the 2 hour. And this is the gift. And this is what I really don't understand. And Bernard, this is when you called and said, send you the link. I say, come on the second half, but this is what we need to have a discussion about.
Mm-hmm.
Robert tried to get into it a little earlier, but this is what I think. The gift that keeps on giving. Van Johnson is the gift that keeps on giving. I try to leave him alone. I like Van. I don't like his policies or his politics, but I like Van. Because he's cunning, smart, driven, but he'll betray you in a minute. But
I'm glad you say that.
He called an emergency meeting with pastors of the Savannah area in case it was a wrong verdict 70 miles away in Brunswick. An emergency meeting with Black pastors to get help to calm the people to prevent them from burning Savannah property in case there was a wrong verdict in Brunswick. But he only got a task force to study while we're having all this crime, all these killings right here where he live at. A task force. You know how long it take a task force to do anything? We need immediate help. Immediate help. Just like you thought it was immediate an urgency for you to prevent in case of a wrongful verdict in Brunswick 70 miles away. You need to be having these same meetings every damn week until it's done. Churches have an obligation, Van, and you pastors, y'all have an obligation to this community all over this country. Every church, it's 900 churches in Chatham County. 900. If it ain't, it's over 870 of them. So I'm just rounding the number off. It's 900. Robert and Brown, y'all probably started a church yesterday. It's 900 churches. Every church should be obligated to go outside their doors and go 4 blocks in each direction and take care of that community.
And we got 20 in Liberty City.
20 churches in Liberty City.
They got playing. I'm doing pieces, but we got to have at least 10. I know for a fact.
Hey, RG, you got 3 of them on y'all screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right down from each other.
My question is, with this move, with him calling to prevent the rioting that might happen and burning of buildings in Savannah, does he value property over lives? Does he value his caretakers' property and businesses over lives that we're losing every day? Shouldn't he be asking for more police officers to patrol those heavy crime areas? Shouldn't he be getting with the chief and a citizens bureau somewhere to stamp out all this crime that's happening so you can stop some of these young boys in these cars instead of putting a speed trap down there for tax-paying citizens. And I mean, it's a whole lot that can be done. But who the hell is thinking? Everybody is existing in the status quo world because it's all right to let it just be because the same people are suffering and you're not relieving our suffering. Whew.
Yeah.
Natalie, you are right. Mindset change is required.
Yeah.
We must care about ourselves, but then when we elect people, they must also care about us also.
Yeah.
And they're not.
You know what? One thing, I can't remember who said this, but it's like this. They was already down there in Brunswick, right? I mean, people came off from all over the place, right? Now they go back and they go hide wherever they've been hiding at until next time. That's one thing about us black people. We not consistent. You know what I'm saying? We want to march on for a week, and then all of a sudden we don't go no more. We want to fight for our community for a week, and then we don't fight no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like we never have been consistent of doing what we need to do. It's always when the camera's around, they want to do, but when they ain't around, they don't want to do anything. And that's the problem I have, man. I'm like, if you ain't been here last week, don't come here this week. You know what I'm saying? Don't come here. Al Sharpton, don't come here. You know what I'm saying? Jesse, don't come here. You know, all the people down in Brunswick, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now they done going back. Okay, don't come here at the end of the day. Stop doing stuff to be seen. You know what? The most people that really and truly doing something is the people that behind the scene that don't want the platform. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the platform. I don't need no platform to help somebody. I don't need to go on TV and be seen to help somebody. If a little kid out there hungry, I'm going to try my best to feed them. I'm going to say, hey, take this here, take it home with you. And that's the problem, man. It's like we let people treat us all kind of way until we step up. If somebody hit me, I'm going to hit them back. I don't care who it is. You hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
I'm about to come hit you now.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I'm like this. If you even attempt to hit me, I'm gonna hit you. At the end of the day, we got fire with fire, man. Until we stand up for what's right and start accepting to what's wrong, it's gonna always be that way.
Nadra Enzi, he's down in New Orleans. He used to live here in Savannah. He said, your mayor met with the pastors so they could put a black face on white militarized response if rioting happened. It wasn't for the benefit of our community.
You know what? I believe that. I believe that.
Special interest groups motivated Vane to call those pastors. They don't want a good thing messed up.
I believe that.
That's also correct also.
Yeah.
Deidre Grimm, true. Equitable treatment makes expulsion difficult. Outside of the killings, Washington has one of the lowest crime rates in the country.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? That
outside of the killings.
Yeah. He may be a damn fool, but you know what? He fighting for his people.
Oh, Mary Mary fought.
He fought for his people, man.
Yeah.
Period.
Man, that man's a good man. My thing is, they tried to, when people get mad, it's like Cuomo, when people get mad at you and they got power, they're going to make you look bad. Keep people private business out there. Mary Barry was good. I don't care what he put in his mouth or his nose. I give a shit. He knew how to do leadership.
Yeah.
That ain't my business what he did at his house.
Hey.
Gloria Miller said, would white leadership forming, grooming, passing the baton be a racist thing? No, they do it every day.
Hello.
They do it every day.
Yeah.
They do it every day. They do it.
But y'all know this. People don't realize this. The Clintons, the Trumps, the Bidens are all friends. Think about that. They're all friends.
Yeah. They do it every day.
Yeah.
We just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and they stick together, man. We can't stick together for nothing in the world, man. We cannot stick together. Man, I just don't understand. I mean, you know what they love? They love when we play football, basketball, baseball. You know, we can come together as one when it comes to sports. But after that, that's it. We can't come together. That's it.
Man, I got a picture of Bernard on one of my pages. It had Richard Mole, Chief, Brock, and a few other ones. Back then, man, them jokers took they may not agree on everything, but I can guarantee you this: if something happened at this school, this one gonna call this one. Hey, check this out, check this. Man, now we man, sure I can see somebody come to shoot you, and I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hey,
that's the sick thing about it.
Yeah.
Why can't the black pastors have called this meeting after Van called a meeting so that he can make sure that
ain't no profit in that?
Yeah, ain't no profit in it.
Yeah.
Ain't no profit in saving your people.
Yeah.
Ain't no profit in doing what God needs you to do to save your people. Ain't no profit. The only profit they see is money because it has drowned them out. All these people are on his jock scrap now, on Van's jock scrap.
Oh, no.
All you pastors. Y'all are. All you pastors that running behind him, kissing his butt, y'all are selling out your congregation. You are selling out your community, and you are betraying God. You could talk about any damn thing you want to do and say, who am I to say anything from 30 years ago? That was 30 years ago. Watch me now. What the hell are you doing now?
Yeah.
That's what makes the difference. What are you doing now?
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about yesterday. Show me what you're going to do today. You have an obligation to the people. Fulfill it.
Yeah.
Fulfill it.
Hey,
I'll get on my damn nerve with this.
Just like he called a meeting with the pastor. Hey, Van, I want to call a meeting with you. I want to call a meeting with you now, and say, okay, what you doing? Okay, when you gonna clean that goddamn trash up down West Savannah? Or when you gonna clean that trash up right down on Bay Street? The trash still sitting there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
woo, Julius got a pop on his finger. Julius ain't gonna get no dinner tonight.
Calm down, sir. Hey, Julius sounded like me last night.
You ain't got nothing to say, but no, I be able to talk back now.
Hey.
Gloria Miller, I appreciate you watching, and I can tell you this there. I don't know who you are, but
keep voting for the Democrat.
She said keep voting for the Democrats. Well, Gloria, the alternative is voting for Republicans. The Republicans is a non-starter. They don't have any compassion. They'll treat our neighborhoods worse than what these Democrats are reflecting them will. So who are we going to vote for? The thing is, if you already have something, work within it and get it right. We already got the Democratic Party, take it over. We want to start all these other third parties. That's just them and putting it in the minds of people to go start the third party so you can split the vote. That's what the man just said. We fight amongst ourselves while the white people look. Really?
Yeah.
You got a party. Work with it.
Yeah.
That's right. I agree. And honestly, I agree with you, man. Chatham County got one of the most accessible and open Democratic parties. Come join, man. I mean, listen, there's so much work to be done. And, especially, and Julius, this is a great thing you talk about. Julius talks about this a lot, Bernard. If you want to be involved, you ain't got to be on the front lines. But if you do want to be on the front lines, you need to be involved. And what that looks like is getting involved with some of these campaigns like Dr. Hall's campaign, my campaign. We got a young man running for school board who I fully endorse, and that's Todd Rose. We need to get you involved with these campaigns so that, whether you want to be on the front end or the back end, get involved and help so you can see how it happens, how it works.
Yeah. That's correct. Start serving now, so when you're ready to run, you'll know what it entails. Yeah. You know everything. You know about raising funds. You'll know about having meetings, debating, everything. Your field work, your ground game. All these things are important in politics if you want to win. There's a pattern to winning. There's a formula to it. There's a formula to it. Don't just look at the numbers. The numbers will lie to you. You got to know your win number yourself. You got to go out and make that number a reality. They told my wife she would get slaughtered. We end up doing the slaughter.
Yeah. Yeah. And just be honest with yourself. You know, don't tell the people what you're gonna do, and then when you get in office, you doing the opposite. You know, we as Black people have really and truly let each other down. You know what I'm saying? And we so far down, man. It's like it's gonna take a miracle to pull us back up. Like I said, what's the word? Believe. You know, I'm like, it got to start some way. You know, and if you trying to take somebody past and make their future, you're a fool. What like you say, what you did 30 years ago, that's 30 years ago. What I did 30 years ago is 30 years ago. What RJ did that's 30 years ago. What you gonna do now? What you doing now? At the end of the day, if you stand up and have a voice, you never know, it may change something.
And one thing they got to realize, Bernard, is that we're going to speak our mind. Because guess what? We're not scared of no damn body. You can tell anybody you want to what I just said.
Yeah.
I don't shave
Calm
it for
down,
nobody.
sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't give a darn.
Get everybody in trouble, Bernard.
Call and tell anybody that Julius Hall was talking about you today. If you don't like it, so what? You just don't like it. One thing you got to know, that if God wake me up in the morning,
it's on.
I'm coming to a neighborhood near you. And in 2 years, I'll be all over that east side. Think I'm not relevant. You'll soon find out.
Hola.
Yeah.
Think I'm not.
Yeah.
You soon
find out.
I'm going to shut all you up.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut them all up, just like I shut them all up here in Port Wentworth. They're crickets. Don't even know where they're at. They ain't even post since then. This is how you shut them down. I'm the damn Deion Sanders of political campaigns here. I'm going to shut you down.
I would say,
I got a whole team with me. I told them my army was coming. I didn't even bring the army. I brought a little platoon, a little battalion. For Port Wentworth. We bringing an army to the east side. Believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know who I'm talking about. If you don't, it's Dietrich Leggett, Linda Martha Bryant, and we coming to the south side for you too, Curtis Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord.
Here we call
I think y'all might want to stop over in the 5th district too.
Count on it. Count on it.
Yeah.
The 5th district.
Yeah, we got a little gnat over here we got to deal with.
Okay, well,
and you straighten it out.
One of Bernard's friends.
You straighten it out.
All right.
I ain't about to be in that.
You go there and get that sandwich, and there be a bone in there that choke you to death now.
I ain't getting in that fight. I want Marcelo to get in that fight. All right. Hey, I ain't messing with that.
We had somebody that we're looking at putting in that race, so we'll see. He's very popular over there, and we'll see what happens. Because one thing that y'all got to know, irrespective of friendships,
right,
irrespective of bloodship and relationships, we're gonna tell it like it is here. I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel. If you're doing something wrong that's a detriment to the people, then you will hear it here. If you don't like what I say, then you have your own opinion. I'm giving you my opinion. These guys are giving you their opinion because this is our platform.
But
we're going to give it to you real, uncut, and raw, whether you like it or not. This is how it is.
And here's the thing. Let me say this out loud because people get this so mixed up. You got to be able to separate politics from personality. I truly can say a person is good and their leadership is not what I expect. And that's the case here. I think that particular individual is a wonderful person. But after so long, when you've been in the trenches and you've been in something, all of us go through this. When you're in a situation, you don't always see the tree for the forest. And I think that's the case we have here, is that there's a lot going on. There's been so many changes. You're at the fairground. And I think right now it's a place where there needs to be a change, right? It's like this. If you wear the same drawers for a whole year, something going to smell a little different. So sometimes you got to change the garment to make sure you got a fresh perspective. That's all I'm saying.
Unless you're drinking nut juice.
Yeah. A natural light.
Okay, the 5th District Coalition of Presidents will not stand for foolishness. And Melinda Gwen Thornton, I think they're moving you into the 5th District Coalition after a while. I think they cut y'all out of the 8th District. Oh, but you're
Cloverdale coming over here. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I thought that should have been the case all along. 5th District need to be, we need to honestly be all the way from Tremont down to Cloverdale, back all the way down through Can, up through Brownsville, Collar Brownsville, come back over through Tatumville and back up to Liberty City. That needs to be the 5th District.
Well, they ain't did no city districts yet. And
I'm just saying
that they are trying to make this a strong mayor, like he's going to be there. See, you don't mess up things just so that you can feel comfortable and mess it up for the future leaders later on. If you change the form of government here to a strong mayor and you only going to be there one term, then you mess it up for everybody else. If you change the form of government we have here with 6 aldermen and 2 at large and make it 8 at automatic districts, then you mess it up for people coming later on. This plan ain't no plan of his. This is a plan that they put in his head. And he's being led by some people. That's what kind of person he is. He gets led easily. He ain't no thinker, no deep thinker, because if he was, he'd be out here with Keisha and Alicia and Bernetta advocating for the people. Tell me why they don't advocate for the people.
But
Please tell me why. Tell me why he don't. Tell me why he isn't right there with Alicia, Keisha, and Bernetta advocating for the underserved communities. Tell me that. And y'all around here following him like damn fools.
Bernard.
Dr. Brian said,
I gotta light it up because Julius about to get everybody in trouble. Tanya told him to chill out now. All 3 of everybody be a mess.
Dr. Brian, you are correct. We have to learn to agree to disagree. We can like a person, but if they are not qualified, you should not be elected. I haven't said, well, he can mess it up if he wants to. There won't be even a blade of grass named after him.
No, it ain't, Ivan. They're going to rename that arena.
Yeah, they're going to name something after him because you're going to have idiots who would want to think that he did a great job. I can't think of one goddamn thing he did so far, besides saving y'all from giving each other COVID. That's about it.
He brought Cuomo here.
They ain't saying nothing great about him.
He brought Cuomo.
Well, Adam Van Brimmer, before we go, though, a message to Adam Van Brimmer. If you're so concerned with the future of Black leadership here in the city of Savannah and the Chatham County, one would think that you'd be talking to the people and not to people who we regard as sellouts. I can't, go out and talk to the people. Go talk to the people, Adam. Leave out your office. Go talk to the people. That's the problem with your paper today. You don't go talk to nobody. You just print articles that are racist, and you think that we should agree with it. You're not talking to us, so we don't buy your paper. You're not speaking to us, you're speaking at us. So nobody wants that newspaper. There's nothing in it for us. You're talking about us all day long. And then you got the same thing from the media, the digital media, with the television stations. They don't broadcast what they should. All they want to broadcast is something horrible in our neighborhoods. And they'll spend 5 minutes on a story about a dog, a damn dog. You black people with these dogs in y'all houses nowadays. Anyway, I ain't talking to y'all too.
You saw he threw that shot at me, brother. That was so messed up.
Hey,
I bet you your mama didn't have no dog in the house when you was little.
No,
you
don't like that now.
Dogs was
Well, she don't
dogs
look.
was dogs was made for the backyard. That's where dog live.
Oh Lord, they gonna.
Okay, we ain't gonna. That's for another show.
Morning chopper, no.
Hey,
That's for another show.
my sister.
But anyway,
hey,
y'all made me get off subject. I forgot what the hell I was going to say. Anyway,
turn that dog is dog, DOG, and then turn it around.
That's right. You better tell me not.
Well, your dog might be a god, but mine ain't. Let me see what else we got.
But them dogs won of the day.
We got 1 minute.
Hey,
y'all give y'all closing.
Hey, I'm gonna say this here on a serious note like this here, man. Until we come together when it's a normal day, instead of coming together when it's the media and everything around us, we're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? To clean up Savannah is gonna take Jewish Hall, and it's gonna take RG and Jay and Jamal and Keisha and the rest of them that's doing what is need to be done right, like you're doing with ATR. Do what's right and do it for all the right reason and not the wrong reason, and then you'll be on the right track.
All right, y'all share this. We need everybody to hear it. We need everybody to see it. We need everybody to listen to it. Robert, your closing.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm gonna make it really quick. I was watching. We talk about people and doing what's right. I was watching this week where people were, and rightfully so, patting themselves on the back, getting that one community service project out of the way as a checkbox. People, I want you to listen. Every day there's a person.
Look at the clock in the corner now.
I'm coming to you. You
All
ain't ready.
All right.
People there, folks hungry every day. There are folks homeless every day. Don't just take 1 or 2 days out of the year and worry about it. Worry about it every day, and stop trying to parade your one community service project. Worry about it every day. Stop trying to get a pat on the back and care about the people on an everyday basis.
All right, we'll see you all week next week. Our shows will be back. We were on a vacation this week, and then some of the shows will be, and some of them will be on vacation for the rest of the month. So good night, good evening, and we'll get with you.
Yeah, be good.